Hello there, let's talk about consistency. I mean, how to actually be consistent at doing positive things like exercising, studying, and meditating on the long run. Because hey, people always tell us to be consistent this, consistent that, but they never actually tell us on how we can actually be consistent at doing those things. So, hi, my name is Laksana, just an average person trying to be consistent. I have a more than 200 days straight 5:30 a.m. morning push-up streak, and it's fully documented on my Instagram. Actually, some few days ago, I just broke the push-up streak, and yeah, I restart from day zero again. And hey, I want to be the best at helping people build consistency. That's why I need to show up every single day and rehearse consistently on my live stream. And hey, I want to say thank you though. Thank you for actually caring about your life. Because if you actually want to change your life to the better through implementing some positive things consistently, I actually really do appreciate that. So here's the thing. I'm not really promising you guys any amazing results if you manage to do something positive consistently on the long run. But if you actually manage to stick to something consistently for even 7 days because of this video, well, we will take that as a win. So, hey, this is July 2nd, 2025, and this is going to be day 359 of consistently helping people build consistency. So I think there are two really important concepts that we need to implement whenever we are trying to be consistent at doing something. One, we need to be having some realistic expectation of how things will turn out, the result that we are going to be getting, and also ask ourselves, is the thing that we are planning, okay? Ask ourselves, is the thing that we are planning to be doing consistently is actually going to get us to the expectation that we expect, okay? So do is the things that we are going to be doing are actually going to lead us there to the place that we wanted to go. Okay, that's the first thing. And secondly, I believe the most important thing is to basically have more one metric of success. I'm going to be explaining this later. So first thing first, we need to have a realistic expectation. Okay, define our expectation. Because hey, we humans, why do we do things on the first place? Why do we want to study consistently? Why do we want to exercise consistently? Well, I believe, we do those things because we expect some kind of results from doing those things. Example, why do we study? Oh yeah, because we want it to be smart. We want it to be respected by other people and also by ourselves. Why do we exercise? Oh yeah, because we want it to look good on the mirror. It's because we want it to be healthy. Okay? We expect some kind of return from doing some specific things. And it is really important to have some clear expectation, realistic expectation to help us stick on the long run. Okay, because if we have an unrealistic expectation, we do not see the unrealistic expectation that we expect. Well, we might stop in just some few days. Okay, we do not want that to happen. So first thing first, do our research. Okay, do your research about the realistic expectation and also what do you need to do in order to achieve that expectation. Okay, so for example, let's say, I wanted to exercise because I want to have some big muscle. Okay, I want to have some big muscle. This is some pretty generic reasons that lots of people have. I also have it. And yeah, so the thing here is, let's say, I don't really have any clear expectation. I don't really have any clue at all on how to get some big muscles. And all the thing that I do is, oh yeah, I need to exercise every single day in order to have some big muscle. And all the exercises I do is only running. I run and run, I run every single day, and I expect to get some big muscle. Okay? Well, I'm not saying that running is bad, but we need to be asking ourselves, is the thing that we do going to get us to the results that we expect? Okay, so it's not right. If we only do running all the time, we are not going to get the big muscles that we wanted. We need to do our research first about, what are the things that we need to do in order to get some big muscle, and also what are the other things that we need to do. Okay, like having enough sleep and having some proper diet in order to have some growth in our muscle, right? So basically, we need to be doing our research first about what is the thing that we actually need to be consistently doing in order to actually get the expectation that we wanted in the long run. And also, we need to be having a research on how big can your muscle actually grow if you actually follow that plan. Okay, you do not just expect, here's the thing. If you see things on social media, you might get some screwed up expectation of how big your muscle can get. This is also applies to other things like studying and stuff. Like, you do not just expect yourself to get big by exercising in just 1 month. No. Okay, do your own research. Maybe it will take you years actually to actually get big muscle. So this step of consistency building is really important because we need to make sure that the thing that we wanted, and also the thing that we wanted be consistent at actually will bring the expectation that we have. Okay, have some good, really realistic expectation and do the necessary things in order to achieve that expectation. Okay, that's the first part. And then the second part is you need to always have more than one metric of success. Okay, do not only go for the muscle. If you wanted to exercise consistently because of the muscle, that's good. Okay, that's good. But do not only go for the muscle. Always have some other metric of success. Okay, so metric of success is basically you telling yourself whether or not you actually succeed in doing something. Okay, so for example, not only that you exercise because you wanted to have some big muscle, you also exercise because you wanted to build some self-discipline. You wanted to learn to show up every single day, even on the days when you are not feeling motivated. Basically, defeating the lazy version of you. Okay, the lazy side of you. So here's the thing: sticking to plans on the long run might feel, kind of hard because we are not going to necessarily see the results that we expected. You see, like, for example, in muscle building, expect months and years to actually see some progress, right? And it might feel kind of frustrating, right? It might feel kind of frustrating to not see the results that we wanted. Sometimes we just wanted to have some fast results, even though we actually know that we need to, just wait for months in order to get some big muscle. But here's the thing: when we have more than one metric of success, okay, we also aim for discipline in exercising. By exercising, even if we don't necessarily see any muscle growth yet, every single time we actually manage to show up and defeat our lazy version of ourselves, we can actually see that as a win because that's also one of our metric of success, right? And this perspective shift is going to make you have a higher probability to stick on the long run because, hey, you see your day-to-day progress, your day-to-day showing up on exercising as a constant win because you win every single day in defeating your lazy version of yourself. Okay, even though you haven't really seen the muscle yet. And paradoxically, when you have this lots of metric of success and it helps you to manage to stick on the long run, well, paradoxically, you will most likely to also get the other result, the big muscle that you wanted. Okay, on the long run, because you stick on the long run. Okay, this also applies to other fields in your life, like exercise, like studying and meditating. But here's the thing: if you stick long enough, okay, but you do not see any progress on the muscle growth, for example, maybe it's time to have some evaluation to your exercising routine. So I think that's it from me for today. That's how you actually be consistent at doing something. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. We really appreciate that. Join our Discord. And yeah, basically, um, today's day after the post, today's July 2nd, 2025, and today's memes are post today refer to being post last 24 hours, GMT +7, but this video might be uploaded like 1 or 2 days from now because I do not have an editor. Thank you.